Little Red Riding Hood on a beautiful spring day. Little Red Riding Hood decided to visit her sick grandmother, who lived in a small cottage in the woods. Before leaving, Little Red Riding Hood prepared a basket filled with fresh, nutritious food to bring to her grandmother. As Little Red Riding Hood walked through the dark forest, she met a wolf with shiny, frightening eyes. The wolf politely asked where she was going. Little Red Riding Hood told him about her plan, and the clever wolf realized he could use this information to achieve his evil goal. As soon as the wolf learned the location of the grandmother's cottage, he hurried there and knocked on the door. When the grandmother opened it, the wolf pounced on her and took her place in bed, disguising himself in her clothes. He then waited for Little Red Riding Hood to arrive. Little Red Riding Hood arrived at the cottage and found the door slightly ajar. She went inside and walked toward the bed where the wolf was hiding, and was surprised to see her grandmother looking strange and different. Little Red Riding Hood asked, "Grandmother, why do you have such big ears?" The wolf replied in a rough voice, "To hear you better, my dear." Little Red Riding Hood then asked, "And what about your big eyes?" The wolf answered, "To see you better, my dear." Then Little Red Riding Hood asked, "And what about your big teeth?" Suddenly, the wolf jumped out of bed, showing his sharp teeth and opening his mouth to attack Little Red Riding Hood. Fortunately, a hunter was nearby. Hearing Little Red Riding Hood's screams, he rushed inside and saw the wolf trying to attack her. Bravely, the hunter used his rifle to drive the wolf away and save Little Red Riding Hood and her grandmother. In the end, Little Red Riding Hood and her grandmother were saved and returned to their normal lives. Over time, Little Red Riding Hood learned an important lesson about being cautious in the forest and not trusting strangers. Every time she ventured into the woods, she remembered that adventure and was more careful.